And we're back here, and look at this. Bruce Cooper, this guy.
How about them snakes last night?
Well, I'd say, would you have worn that today if they didn't win last night?
No.
Of course, Bruce Cooper joins us on Tuesdays as well. And Dale Ellerstre, go ahead, get your bragging over.
No, well, I got to ask a question, Steve, because the last you told me was Bruce was from 8 to 9. From 8 to 9.
No,
or 9 to 10.
No,
9 to 10.
No,
9 to 10.
originally he came in at 8:30 to 9 till 10.
Yeah.
And then during the holidays, remember we had to switch it around because of the holidays. And then he just made it 9, and now he's back to 8:30.
And now he's back to 8:30.
Yeah, just doing it on his own.
Yeah, he's clumping in on my time. And Cooper's always done that.
Dale, I can't let you have all the
All right, so before we go anything, just having a little bit of fun with this. If we could get up on the board those two slides we had.
Well, image 0 first, because that's the one with the record.
Yes.
Look at this.
1981, they were 41-5-1.
Here's the backstory. Dale Ellerstre was sitting at home last night by himself.
Yeah, my wife left me at home.
Watching, he's like, I'm going to load up how great I was at one time. And he loads up the ESPN 30 for 30, sees that, and sends me that picture.
The Diamondbacks were up comfortably. I hadn't gotten to the 7th inning yet, so I got to watch something else.
Hey, well, you know what? I'm looking at 41-5-1. That's a very, very good record over, what, a 3-year period? 4-year period?
Yeah.
How many titles did you have in that 4-year period?
Well, it depends on
No, I'm just asking a question.
Depends who you talk to.
I don't recall one.
We got screwed by Penn State because they wanted to give Joe Paterno a national title. We finished 2nd in my 4 years. Get this: 2nd, 4th, 8th, and 10th in the country.
Well, Dale, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Runners up and losers, I mean, they were abundant. There's only elite winners. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm looking up there. I think even BYU with Jim McMahon won a title within that period.
No, they didn't win a title. Jim didn't win one.
Oh, okay, but
my senior year, BYU won the national title.
Right.
Played in the Holiday Bowl.
It was that touchdown, that bomb.
But played nobody. All year long, they gave them the national title.
Didn't they split that with Penn State or something? They split that with somebody, didn't they? They get it out right?
No, I thought LaVelle Edwards and BYU won that one out
you
right.
Might be right.
They did, but that was 84.
Not 84, yeah.
84 they did.
Okay, 84. Yeah. You're still there in 84, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we finished 4th.
Okay, Dale.
Yeah.
Dale.
They never let us play BYU.
Dale, you might as well have finished 210.
Hey, Dale.
Because there's only one winner. There's only one winner, and as far as I can see, SMU was never a champion. Now, I'll give you your 3 Super Bowl rings because you were one. Put that slide down.
Wow.
That slide needs to go down.
Go to the next one.
Winner. Okay.
I'll go back to the next one.
Okay.
Really quick, here's what's interesting about it. Dale just said they never let them play BYU.
Yeah.
Dale, BYU is a school, if you know what the kind of school that is, they ain't going anywhere near SMU. You would corrupt so many people there at BYU. No. They don't want you anywhere near that.
Who's quoting
every
this?
expert in college football.
They couldn't be because, look, let me tell you, the games are decided on the field. And last I checked,
4 years. That means over the 4 years they were the best team in college football.
They were the best team in college football.
Hey, you know what? Phil Mickelson had that for a long time. Best guy to never win it.
Hey, I will say this. I did watch the Pony Express during that period, and Eric Dickerson and Craig James, wore all of that in the bag of chips. And, of course, Eric went on to a prolific NFL career as well. So, I mean, I can't remember SMU's quarterback to save my life. So it just means that they really didn't have anyone under center that was worth it.
Lance McElhaney was a great option quarterback, and we ran the football because guess what? There were some people up front, Bruce. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the guys up front. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we can get off of this, but I like to tell Steve, I get drafted by the Buffalo Bills. All right, 1985.
Okay.
I lost more games in Buffalo by the first week in October than I lost in 4 years at SMU. was how bad it was.
You started 0-4 and 0-5.
And I'm in Buffalo.
Yeah, well, Dale, I tell you what, I didn't realize that 41-5-1 is pretty commendable. I mean, you couldn't put together a perfect season in the four.
We were 11-0-1.
Yeah, this is a great start.
Our Bobby Collins last game of the year, we're playing Arkansas. They're another top 10 team.
That's where they get the 0-1.
we drive down, we score the touchdown, down by 1 with about a minute left. Kick the field goal, go for 2. And we just driven the ball down the field.
He kicked the extra point.
He kicked the extra point.
Okay. And
that was a tie.
And that was a tie. Okay. Well,
how do you not go for it, Coop?
Well, Dale, here's the deal. You said there was about a minute left, right?
Yes.
Okay, if I kick the extra point and it's a tie game, if the other team sits on the ball, it's poo-poo on them. I'm expecting them to at least try to put the ball in the air, which allows me to make some plays defensively.
Because remember, they had ties back then. There were no overtime.
Okay, I understand that. I understand that. But I don't expect – you said it was Arkansas. I don't expect Arkansas with a minute plus to was it Frank Broyles the head coach?
Lou Holtz.
I don't expect Lou Holtz to sit on the ball. I expect him to put the ball up in the air, which gives your defense a chance. See, they're going to try to win it with a field goal. And you can do something defensively.
They were happy with the tie.
Oh well, then I'm disappointed.
And all I'm saying, Coop, was we went on about a 12-play drive, scored the touchdown. You got it. Every player on that team would rather be 11-1 if we don't pick that get that 2-point.
You just changed Bruce Cooper's opinion of Lou Holtz by telling him that.
I know. Everybody, you got to go for it there, Coop.
Look, I see both points of view. I really do. Because if there's over a minute, I mean, Dale, if you get 3 incompletions, you get the ball back and a chance to get the ball back on offense. Yeah. I don't expect them to run the ball. They're gonna try to pass to get down. I would think, but I wasn't there. So what did they do? They ran the ball.
Arkansas had a good season that year too, though, right?
Yeah, they were a top 15 program.
So they were trying to protect that.
But again, at the end of the day, we just. And sometimes some of these things when I talk about, I'm like, that happened last week. Like, when your first shot went in and out, you could feel that like it happened last week.
Hey, I needed that. I needed to see that ball go in.
Yes.
I really did. I just needed to go in.
But I say sometimes this happened in 1982. So how many ever years ago? But I remember we just got through driving the ball down the field.
November 20th of 82, by the way.
And go for it and
is it your last game of the year?
Yes, before the bowl game.
Yeah, November 20th. Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so who did you guys wind up playing in the bowl game that year?
Pittsburgh.
In what bowl game?
Cotton Bowl.
That's pretty.
We beat Pittsburgh.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well,
so we finished 11-1.
Who was the national champion in 82?
Penn State. They had lost the game that year. We hadn't lost a game.
Yeah, Arkansas, by the way, was 9-2
Who did
Penn
State beat in their bowl game, and who did they play?
I think they played Georgia in the Sugar Bowl.
Georgia, was that with Herschel Walker?
Yeah, I think it was Herschel Walker.
Listen to the names, Dale.
Yeah.
Who did they lose to? Do you remember?
I thought it was Pittsburgh, but it might not have been.
Well, if it was Pittsburgh and you guys beat Pittsburgh, then that should anoint you.
Yes. We were unblemished, Coop. 11-0-1. But we're a little bitty school in Dallas. Nobody wanted to vote for us. So
you may have an argument there. I may have to rescind my criticism.
Look at his memory here. Right. Yeah, 27-23 victory over Georgia, Penn State.
Yeah.
In that season, 11-1 on the year. They lost to. Let's test his knowledge here. Last early in the season, Nebraska 21-28 loss, October 2nd. Okay, so that was our fourth. That was our fourth game in the year.
Well, I guarantee you that was the Tom Osborne Cornhuskers, so they were good.
Yeah, but still, we didn't lose.
So they lost to a top 10 team. I guarantee you, Nebraska was
at
top
Nebraska,
10.
And we beat many top 10 teams.
According to what I see here, there's something weird with this, but that's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, it's weird.
No, I mean there's something weird with this because they say you play Nebraska. They played Nebraska twice that year, and that obviously wasn't.
Yeah,
the case.
you're not gonna play Nebraska
No.
twice.
No, but that's the only one they show as the loss right now. So
Anyway, we can move on. There's other stuff.
Well,
Did
all right,
this
well,
guy-
Dale, okay, Dale, I think you might have some validity to your argument. I'll grant you that now.
This guy can't remember how to get here some mornings.
Yeah.
He remembers that.
I remember that. And I remember not thinking I was good enough to play at ASU. And those 4 years at SMU were a little better than at ASU.
Oh, my God. He's always got to bring that up, Coop, doesn't he? Doesn't he? It's an amazing look back through history there for even the young people, man. It was different college football times back then.
Yeah,
Probably down
my memory doesn't burn as badly as Dale's does
No.
relative to that. But
Yours probably got singed at seeing the ball go in and out.
no, well, I'll tell you what. During the early '80s, I'm looking at the ASU football team. That would have been the Darrell Rogers. Darrell Rogers had some teams that, gosh darn it, should have won and gone to the Rose Bowl and
Typical
things
ASU
like that.
should have.
Yeah, they would lose a game they shouldn't have lost, and Darrell was putting out some fantastic pros. I mean, ASU was just kicking him out there under Darrell Rogers, excuse me.
Right.
And I think after Darrell, I think he decided to go to Michigan State. Is it? I can't remember where he left, but that's brought in John Cooper.
Right.
And John Cooper was a guy that, I believe was ASU's fourth or fifth choice.
Okay.
You know, and like I said, I think I said it on the show before, but I still remember that press conference. They asked John Cooper, say, John, how do you feel being like maybe the fourth or fifth choice here at Arizona State? You weren't their top guy, and he talks about, hell, I wasn't Helen's first choice, which was his wife, but I got her now, don't I? I got that ASU job now, don't I?
Yeah,
so it was pretty funny. I still remember that.
But he was eyeing Ohio State the whole time he was here.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you know what? When he came here, I still remember this. There was a big controversy if ASU they played for a tie. I think it was under Darrell Rogers. They played for a tie with UCLA or something, and it came back to bite them. You know, playing for that tie.
Yeah.
So I'll be darned. John Cooper's first year, we're playing U of A. If ASU wins or ties against U of A, they go to the Rose Bowl. The game, ASU screwed around and let like Max Zendejas kick the big booming 50-plus yard field goal. It's 13-13. ASU now has the ball. Just sit on the ball, take the tie, and ASU goes to the Rose Bowl. But because John Cooper heard all this chatter coming in about, hey, as long as you don't go for a tie, we're okay. He tried to go for a win, and Van Rapphorst was hit, fumbled. The Wildcats recover, kick a field goal, win 16-13. ASU does not go to the Rose Bowl. I still remember that. I still remember like the way you remember that SMU loss.
He's
Right.
angry, man.
Yeah, I still remember that.
Hey, really quick, just for clarification here, they lost to Alabama, number 4 Alabama, who's Penn State lost to.
Okay.
In that game, they did beat Nebraska as they played. But they played. Look at this though. This is Penn State's year. They played number 2 Nebraska, beat them. They lost to number 4 Alabama. They played number 13 West Virginia, obviously win the rest of their games. Number 13 Notre Dame at Notre Dame. Number 5 Pittsburgh, and then they beat number 1 Georgia in that bowl game on January 1st. That's a pretty big Penn State
Well,
schedule.
hold on. Look at our schedule.
Oh, you guys played.
Look at the SMU schedule.
Look at this, Coop.
I'll tell you what.
St. Mary's Prep right there.
Wow.
Dobson High School, I think, on this.
I'm going to tell you, Dale, that's a pretty impressive resume right there.
Okay, but tell me who we played.
I'm looking it up.
Okay. We got fair play in this thing.
I got to find the right thing.
Obviously, we have no control over the schedule.
Correct.
You know, we just play what's put in front of us, Coop. You know how that is.
I know how that is. I know, but I'll tell you what.
It's not even close.
Just listening to that.
Come on. I know we played Texas. They're probably top 5.
Top number 19 when you played them at Texas. You beat them 30-17.
Okay.
That was your first ranked team. You played UTEP. Come on. Tulane, UTEP, TCU. None of these are ranked. North Texas State. Then you were at Baylor, Houston. None of those were ranked. Then you beat number 19 Texas. You played Texas A&M, at Rice, at Texas Tech. Number 9 Arkansas was the tie game, and then number 6 Pittsburgh. You beat them 7-3. That vaunted 7-3 Cotton Bowl victory.
You know what that Cotton Bowl was?
that
that Cotton Bowl was minus 20 degrees with sleet and snow all game
So
long.
you did not play as hard a schedule as Penn State did.
But we didn't lose.
well,
You don't lose.
Dale, I'll give you on one hand, you can't control the schedule. You got to play your conference people and who's on your schedule. I'll give you that. But I'm going to have to side with the voters on this one. AP, I think UPI was even in during that time. I'm going to have to side with them. I think that resume was a little more challenging.
That Cotton Bowl game was such a barn burner. I mean, everybody was on the edge of their seat. Game attendance, by the way, 60,000 people were there.
Yeah.
The scoreless first half for both teams. They scored.
It was miserable.
Pitt scored a field goal in the third quarter, and then SMU scored a touchdown in the third quarter, and that was it.
Who scored the touchdown? Dickerson?
I don't know.
That might have been Lance Meckling.
I don't know if it'll. See, none of the stats are on there, so it doesn't say.
That's a long time ago, Coop.
All right, Dale, I tell you.
Well, 83.
It's the 83 Cotton Bowl, 82 season.
And Dickerson was there then?
Yeah.
I thought he left after that year.
Yeah, he was an 84 pick, I believe.
Yeah.
With
Was he? Okay. It doesn't say who scored that. The stats aren't there, but I don't know. Just for facts here.
Yeah.
Like I say, folks, keep in mind, Dale.
Screw Joe Paterno. Screw Penn State. Screw Bobby Collins.
Anybody else that's dead or had serious who abused kids? You want to
don't,
attack?
You don't
today?
play for a tie, Coop. You don't play for a tie.
Dale, I'm just saying this. I understand. Who was your head coach?
Bobby Collins.
I understand Bobby Collins. Right now, you guys have an undefeated season.
Yes.
If you go for that 2-point and you miss it, then you have to kick the onside kick. If you don't recover, then what's going to happen? You're going to take 3 knees and the game's over.
Cool.
All right. So, but if you kick the extra point and it's tied, Lou Holtz can't sit on the ball. He has to put the ball in the air, and you got to. I think I would have taken Bobby Collins' route if I were the head coach.
Coop, if you were standing on that sideline and you saw the momentum, you saw us mow down the field, you, Coop, knowing you would have said, let's punch it in.
Yeah, I'm all about trying to go for a win, but I'm not a guy that would go for a tie. I guarantee you that. But I am thinking this. I really am. If Lou Holtz, you said they were still undefeated too, right?
No, they were not in.
Okay,
they
they're
lost
top.
that game to Alabama.
But they're a top-ranked team.
Yes.
They're going for the win. They're not going to sit on the ball. I have a chance to get a turnover or take 3 incompletions, get the ball back, and I got a chance to go down and now kick a field goal. I like those odds a little bit better. That's how I would have played.
Run behind Hellestrain Campbell. Let's go.
How good was Russell Carter as a safety?
Yeah,
on your
he
team?
was a beast.
Well, because I just looked up the draft here. Obviously, Dickerson, first round, second pick overall to the Rams. But Russell Carter.
Who got drafted ahead of him?
Oh, shoot, I don't remember.
Never
I'll look that up during the break.
Okay.
But Russell Carter, safety, was the 10th pick.
Back
So 2 SMUs.
In 1982, he's a 6'2", 210-pound strong safety that ran and hit. He's a bad man.
Yeah,
I saw him at our reunion last year.
Hey Dale,
He still looks like he could play.
That was John Elway's year.
Dale,
83.
Dale, I'm curious if they had run behind you on
Yeah.
that 2-point conversion and didn't get it. Would you? What would you be saying today?
I would say, you know what? I think it's still the right decision.
Okay.
And if we finished 4th instead of 2nd, who cares? I'm with you, Coop.
Okay.
I don't care if you're 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
Yeah. All right.
Give me a chance, Coop.
All right. If that's how you're gonna roll, I can respect that too. Look. I don't think there's any. Honestly, I don't think there was a wrong decision there.
No.
I could go with either one, but I think by you criticizing Collins' choice, I see Collins. I see his rationale. I do.
Total. Go for the win.
So Coop, put this in your parlance.
Okay.
Senior year, not your final game because that stunk, but it's before then. You have a tie game, and your coach said, "Let's just play for overtime. We'll dribble it out."
We're not doing
or
that.
do you want the ball?
No, we're doing. Look, we're going for the win.
Right.
But see, it's different then because I'm holding it out. I mean, I here, Dale. I think you're kind of getting me with the apple oranges kind of deal. I mean, really. I mean, there's two different sports there. But you would never go for a tie in basketball. I mean, I don't know that a basketball game was ever played has been a tie.
No, but what I'm saying, you would know that you're going to overtime.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But if he said no, just dribble the ball out, Coop.
No. We're always in attack mode to try to win. I'm always trying to win. And here and again, I see your point. I can't argue your rationale.
Yeah.
But I do see Collins' rationale as well. That's all I'm saying. So, you know, you can sit here and marinate all you want.
Oh, yeah.
All I know is you were never a national champion. How about that?
Come on back, folks. Second hour main event coming up next.
Final words of the hour.
You guys want to continue?
I didn't win a national championship, Coop. That's it.
Okay,
I didn't win a national championship.
All right.
Wow.
Dale is very sensitive.
He was
about
asking me
But
about bowl games.
he got 3 Super
Bowl
Bowl
games.
rings,
I know. I
dude.
just say Dale just goes like this,
Yeah,
and all 3 Super Bowl rings show up.
It's like,
What group? I can't hear you.
Come on,
Hey, look,
who
he
cares?
had enough glory.
No.
He had enough glory.
But
I mean,
get this, Coop, and you tell me if you wouldn't be pissed. So this is my junior year. We're 10-1, ranked 6th in the country. Orange Bowl, Fiesta Bowl. Talk about taking us.
okay,
Orange Bowl, Fiesta Bowl.
okay.
Find out. You know what? SMU doesn't travel that well. We
El
don't.
Paso's beautiful
We're not
this
Ohio
time of year.
State. You know, we're not
Yeah.
Oklahoma, or we're not bringing 30,000 fans.
Yeah,
So they both bypass us.
yeah,
And I spent 5 days in God-forsaken El Paso.
yeah. Hey, look, I do remember those days in the media when a lot of bowl decisions hinged on fan travel.
Yes. Yeah. And so that's why we ended up there. Aloha Bowl is fantastic my senior year. Get this, Scoop, and we'll be done with me. My senior year Christmas vacation. 5 days in Hawaii, Aloha Bowl. 5 days in the Bay Area, San Francisco for the East-West Shrine game. And 5 or 6 days in Tokyo, Japan for the Japan Bowl All-Star game.
Yeah, dude, I have, like I said, that man.
But then he had to go to Buffalo
I
after
don't
that.
ever remember a Japan All-Star game. But
I
hey,
vaguely remember that.
It went on for about 10 years. I got invited to that and the Senior Bowl. Senior Bowl's invite, you will have 3 two-a-days in full pads.
In Mobile, Alabama.
In Mobile, Alabama. And then the game, you win. You get $500 if you win. You get $250 if you lose. Or you can go to the Japan Tokyo Bowl. You'll have 2 practice in sweats. You'll get to tour Japan. You'll get to enjoy the sights and sounds.
Well,
Could you imagine Dale and football players walking around Japan?
I
They just had to be like.
figured I'd never get to Tokyo again.
They had to think the Giants were invading the island.
Well, things have certainly changed now because the Senior Bowl is the creme de la creme. But yeah, I, under those circumstances, I probably would have taken the Japan Bowl.
Well, that's what's funny. He's like, I'll never go to Japan again, and then he goes there for the Cowboys.
I went to the Cowboys 2 times.
Really.
They have a statue over there.
One
in
time
Hell's
in
right now.
Japan's enough. I didn't need to go 3.
All I know is like I've never been to Japan, but like when I go to Hawaii, all the beds are low to the ground because of the Japanese influence there. And I couldn't imagine going to Japan and getting off the floor, Dale. That would have been fun for you.
Well, I was 20 years old.
Yeah,
I
but
had a
still.
little more mobility
But
back
still,
then.
that's low, man. It's like, what in the world? But hey, speaking of, college at least, Jordan Tyson did not participate in Pro Day.
Yeah, you
It's
know
too
what?
close.
Yeah, you know what? I heard that what he's going to do. I believe the draft is April 24th.
Yeah, he's
I think
the
April.
17th.
I think April
Well,
17th.
He's doing the workout on the
Yeah,
7th.
he has to do a workout to stay in the first round.
Right.
If he doesn't work out, And so this buys him a little bit more time. And so, and I know every GM and every scout knows that a hamstring is not a career-ending injury. It is one that lingers. And so they will grant him that opportunity.
Is it the concern it's been lingering since December, October, November?
Yeah, look, I've never had a hamstring injury. I only know that they can linger, and I do know of a few athletes who've had to have surgery relative to it. So
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I know some that have never been the same afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this: NFL.com new mock draft today. They have him down to 21 right now.
Yeah,
with the
he's going to
Pittsburgh
drop.
Steelers.
He's going to drop because of that injury history. He has to show something, and I will say this: I'm still disappointed. Yeah, I keep seeing so many teams, so many of these mock drafts still have Francis Maninalu as the.
So does this one. Yep.
Yeah, and it's just a bad deal.
But
Okay,
they say that because they think he's the Paris Johnson Jr. of the right side.
Look. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Like I've said before on this show, Paris Johnson is not even an All-Pro, let alone a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, but he's a heck of a left tackle.
Well, I tell you what, there's some guys that are heck of players that that they could have drafted, like we talked about. We see that Bijan Robinson, a guy that I was touting they could have had.
Oh man, Dale, I walked it right into that.
And then Will Anderson with that most people had mocked the Cardinals too. Look, I get that Paris Johnson's a good player. I'm not saying that, but when you have a chance to take a difference maker, dude, you got to do it.
Coop, it's interesting because Steve brought this up, and very rarely does he bring up a good point, but he did
Occasionally.
How good was it? Smart of ASU was it to have their pro day when the owners' meetings were out here?
The
number
Friday
one,
before the owners' meeting.
and number two, have you ever seen a head coach work out with another ASU player?
No, I saw that. I mean, no.
Talking about
And
Vrabel, of course.
Yeah. And Vrabel only had his team in the Super Bowl. You know?
Right.
And so look, and he knows. I mean, that speaks volumes to me.
To
That
me
speaks
too.
volumes to me.
Yeah.
And no, I guess that was brilliant on ASU's part. I didn't think about
Well,
it.
they were.
but-
Yeah, I didn't realize it either. But I was talking to somebody that was there covering it, and they said they even said it. They go, I didn't realize NFL meetings were this weekend. Because remember, I was like, man, they're the only team on Friday. That seems weird that nobody's doing it on the same day with them because everybody else there's like five or six teams leading up to it.
Yeah, look,
then-
if the NFL owners meetings start on Monday, I mean, you look at your schedule. If you're a general manager or a scout or whatever, you know, or an owner, excuse me, and you say, okay, look, well, you either fly it on Saturday or you fly it on Sunday. Yeah. Well, ASU's pro day. Hey, we'll make a full weekend. We'll get an extra round of golf.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. And that's like 31 of 32 teams were at their pro day.
Well, which team didn't show up?
I don't know if I ever heard which one didn't.
Arizona Cardinals. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, too much gas to drive across town to get there. Coop,
But
as well.
I was telling Steve, that would be so weird if I can't even pronounce his name, the tackle from ASU.
Max.
Henneshaw, yeah.
Max.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
all of a sudden, Vrabel comes up to you and says, hey, I want to put you through a few things. And you're like,
He looked like he was coaching him.
it's
though.
like, how am I handling this? Am I full speeding on you? Am I whatever? But it was fun to watch.
Yeah. Look. Max has he's risen up the draft board. I mean,
Senior day open eyes.
yeah. When he went to the Senior Bowl and kicked behind up there and took names, I mean, he started all of a sudden. A guy that you may have been seen mocked in the third or fourth round was now mocked in either the first or second round.
But he's a developmental talent. He's only played for 3 years.
Absolutely.
you know,
But let me tell you something. In those 3 years at Arizona State, he proved to be a guy that – and look, Arizona State would play some even if you look at Texas Tech, it has David Bailey. Bailey is rated like maybe one of the top two edge rushers in this draft.
They're saying he's going to go first right now. To the Titans,
Max kicked. I don't want to say kicked his behind,
No,
but let
he
me
did.
tell you something. But he more than held his own. And then you look at Lee Hunter, who's on that same line with Texas Tech. Lee Hunter was I believe he was up for. He may have been the defensive player of the year. I can't remember in the Big 12, but if not, then he was certainly a Nagurski Award nominee because he's one of the top defensive tackles in the game. So Texas Tech, all I'm trying to say, between Rodriguez, between Hunter, and between Bailey, they had one of the best defenses in all of college football. And Max, I mean, he stonewalled David on a number of opportunities. So he already showed his wares in the league.
Well, then going to the Senior Bowl, and then again, if you're a front office guy, head coach, if you're Vrabel, you're going, this guy's only played 4 years of football. It's supposed he didn't even play in high school.
No.
Didn't start till didn't even get into football till he was 17. Yeah.
And he got this?
Yeah, absolutely. And so they look at him. So okay, there's some raw or some refinement that needs to take place, but it's okay because this kid he's amenable to coaching.
That's what I learned from that.
Yeah,
from the pro day.
And Dale, he has the requisite measurables, and if you watch his kick out on his pass pro, hey, dude's solid. Solid. He's got
that's what I thought on the Vrabel thing was he just showed every coach that's there and paying attention. I'll listen to you. I'm coachable.
Well,
you can coach me at pro day. You can coach me in the off season.
I think I knew what the madness behind Vrabel was because I've told Steve this before. I've played against guys who could bench press 600 pounds. And you hit them, and they're like marshmallow. There's no core. It's just, like you think you hit a 600-pound bench presser, that it's going to be like running in this fireplace. Some of them aren't like that. I've run into 225-pound bench press guys who rock your world. And so I think Vrabel wanted to feel, does he have that core strength? And I think the way he kind of wrangled him around a little bit, I think that he's showing the answer right.
See, Dale would know more about that than either one of us. But that makes sense. That makes sense. But speaking of ASU, dude, I was so excited about my former Westwood Warrior, Randy Bennett on there. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to get concerned because, the fact that he's at the Mayo Clinic and they have a certain plan for him. I just thought when they canceled him initially, it was because he was under the weather.
Yeah,
okay,
he had the flu or something.
Yeah.
Right?
This seems like it may raise a few more eyebrows for concern, at least for me. I hope Randy's okay.
Tell me this. I know we talked about it a little bit last week. Do you personally know him or the family or no?
I do.
Okay, because
the
Westwood connection, sports connection, both everybody being here in the Valley for a while or whatever, you do have a personal relationship with him. Not asking you to spill anything.
I know his dad Tom better than I do Randy. I was like 3 years ahead of Randy, but we played pickup ball and things like that before in certain summer leagues. But he's a Westwood Warrior.
Did you ever dunk on Randy Bennett?
No, I didn't. And like I said, Randy's one of those guys that I tell you what, you know T.J. McConnell.
Yeah.
Well, that's who Randy would remind me of. I mean, he's just really a heady guy. Keeps you off, and just when you don't think he's going to shoot the ball or he's not, you disrespect him as a shooter. He's busting those down.
Yeah.
He's just he's a floor general. He's a smart guy. He sees the floor, his court vision very well. But again, when you may try to play off him because you think you want to take off someone that's more talented, here, this dude is knocking down. Like I said, we played a game when he knocked 7 threes in a game that we played against, and I just kept saying, dude, we would call timeouts because I thought we were going to win. His team won the game. It's a tight game, but Randy was clearly the difference in that game, and so that's all I'm telling you. Whatever needs, this guy can do it.
Well, hold on. You didn't call a timeout and said, I got him? You didn't say, I got him?
Well, like I said, Dale, I felt that there was someone had a little bit more talent than he did, as in terms of physical talent that I'm trying to shut down.
Right.
But Randy, like I said, Randy's a winner.
Yeah.
He just is. I mean,
Well-
he proved that when he went to play for his dad at MCC. I think they were national junior college champions. He's just, dude, I'm telling you.
For 2 years, yeah.
He's T.J. McConnell when he played. That's what he reminds me of. He's just a smart, heady player. And as you saw, the Indiana Pacers, they took the Celtics right down to the I believe 7th game. And if it's not for Halliburton taking the ACL, no, I think it was the Achilles.
It was
Yeah,
Achilles.
I think the Pacers win, but they don't win. They're not even in that position without T.J. McConnell.
Yeah, but-
I'm telling you, Randy Bennett reminds me so much of T.J. McConnell, just a heady pro guy that you need on your team to win.
That's great, but you also have to be healthy to be on the sideline to coach.
Well, look, that's where I'm drawing a little concern. I
Well,
really am.
Here, there's
So we know there's diabetes,
yeah.
and that's been treatable because you never heard of it while he's coached.
Well, I don't know.
Until right now.
Would we know if he had health issues at St. Mary's?
Well, I think if he had diabetes and it was a problem, you would.
Yeah, if he missed a lot of games.
Yeah, if he missed games or whatever. But we haven't.
My concern is not that he has health problems. Everybody goes through health problems from time to time. It's a stressful gig, whatever. My problem is that they hired him and they set him up for failure with this because they hired him. They brought him into town. They showcased it all over social media. They announced a press conference date. And then they had to cancel it because of it. And then we're finding all this out as time goes on. If they would have hired him and said, we're going to do a press conference in 3 weeks, it's going to be a month before we do one, and then you found out, I'd be less concerned then. Did they know he had whatever's going on with, or was this an emergency situation? And I'm not saying it's bad, but something that flared up once he got here. But was ASU in the know when they hired him? It's concerning because they did all this announcement, how to back it out, and that's what concerns me the most.
Well, Steve, I'll just tell you what my thinking is on the matter. I don't think it was a big major concern before they hired him.
Yes.
But when you don't set a press conference if
That's
there's
my
an
point.
issue.
That's my
and so
point.
they set this press conference. So it was something that I think
He was walking around. He met Molly Miller. They were showing him around the facilities and all that the day before. It's all over social
I think
media.
it's something that just happened.
it flared up on him.
Yeah. And so
Whatever it is, it just hit him one day, and
Yeah.
and it's not. And I'm not even going to go so far as to say, and I don't know the situation, but I mean it's a press conference. Why rush it? Why hurry it up? Just let him get better, and then we can do. He's still working, obviously. He just hired Joe Rayhorn and Rick Croy, the 4-star recruit's dad from Cal Baptist, to be assistant head coaches. So he's still working.
I thought he hired some guy named David, a guy that has some Australian and
He did
NBA
that too,
ties.
yeah.
So-
From St. Mary's, because that's the guy that brought those Australian kids to
Right.
St. Mary's, yeah.
Yeah.
As
So
well,
tell me
but-
this.
So he's still working.
It's interesting because, when I kind of look at it like, okay, so a player gets traded to a team. They're going to give him a physical.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think they do that with coaches or no?
I don't know that they do, but again, just based on the fact that ASU set up this press conference, and there is video of him being shown around.
Yeah.
I think there's an episode or something happened
Okay.
that caused them to cancel the press conference and send Randy to the Mayo Clinic.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He's at Mayo Clinic.
Right. And
Is he? Oh, so he's an inpatient in there? He's not just doing.
I don't know.
Well, see, this is issue number 2, and I get it. It's his personal health. He can talk about it as he wants to.
Well, yeah.
So
I mean,
canceling the press conference, and now the unknowns is allowing people to go, oh no, he's in the hospital. This could be horrible,
Well,
and it could just be he needs a transfusion.
Yeah.
or
We
something,
don't know. We don't know what it is. But I'll tell you this: if I'm the Arizona Wildcats, I think I'm raising more concern over Tommy Lloyd leaving for North Carolina, perhaps, than because I do believe that whatever Randy's situation is, it'll be rectified because
he'll be
he talked about the doctors have a plan for him
he'll be
and
fine.
and things like that. So it sounds like he's on the mend on the come up, and that's fine there. And you just want him healthy enough before April 7th when the transfer portal hits, because you know how schools are. Some schools
they'll
are
use
so
it
dirty.
against
they will definitely use it against them.
You don't even know if he's going to make. You don't even know if he's going to make October. He's been in the hospital
right,
for a
right,
month.
right. And so with Arizona, and I'm telling you right now, I think the 2 best teams left standing in the Final Four are Arizona and Michigan. And I tell you what, I'd have to flip a coin as to say who I think would win that game. I would not be shocked at all if Michigan. Because see, Arizona has had a huge advantage in the paint. Their size has been a great asset to them. Let me tell you something. Michigan has that size. Michigan can also play transition, and they can knock down three. I've been telling you guys before. I keep saying it on here. I love me some Yaxel Lindenborg. I wanted him for the Phoenix Suns, but he's been playing so well that he's no longer a low draft pick. He's now a lottery pick. This kid is solid. He's super. I mean, he's 6'10". He can shoot the three. He can put the ball on the floor, attack the rim. He can block shots for you. He can rebound. I mean, he can cause a lot of problems, and I like him a lot. But to me, it's a darn shame that won't be the championship game because whoever wins between Arizona and Michigan, I don't see Illinois or
this is the
UConn.
championship game.
Yeah.
Well, I told Steve yesterday, I think we were talking about, this kind of reminds me of the 90s in the NFL. The NFC Championship for so many years was the Super Bowl. You just knew it.
Yeah.
Hey, Dallas, San Francisco. Who's gonna get coronated?
Or who's gonna have Deion Sanders that year?
Or who's gonna have Dale Hellestrand? You know.
Yeah. Hey, but let me tell you this. You know, I know on this show last week there was I think Steve brought it up. There was the issue relative to Desiree Reed Francois.
Well, I mean, it came out the second UNC became available. It came out that they do not. That came from the Lloyd camp. Let's be honest about it. Probably.
Well, let's put it to you like this. I do know this, that
that's the athletic director of Arizona.
Right. AD, that she was brought in to manage the budget or deficit. You know,
the issue that they had, she was brought in to stabilize it and make everybody be profitable.
Right.
And all that.
Yeah, because see, I guess the athletic department had been borrowing money or bringing money from the school
$200 million
budget. Yeah, and it got so out of whack that they brought her in to try to fix that.
It cost the president the job and other people the job.
And so if she is saying that, look, and I don't know this for a fact. I can't. I'm just speculating now. If she's saying, look, if we are going to give Tommy an extension and a big time raise, that's too much. That figure's not going to work. And if that figure is something that North Carolina is offering, it's like. But that's why I'm saying, if I'm an Arizona Wildcat fan, I get a little nervous because if she was brought in to bring the budget back under control, she could look at this and say, "Oh, Tommy, I don't know if that. I think, look, our program is solid enough. I can bring someone else in." That's all I'm saying.
You could say what you did with the football program. We went and hired a San Jose State football, which he's not going to win us a championship, but he's turning this program around and he's doing it for cheap. Here's the other thing that came out was the discontent between Lloyd and her. One, and then she came out and said, "Oh, Tommy Lloyd's. We've been negotiating with him since September."
Oh, she said that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they've been talking since September. Anytime, it does not take 9 months to do a contract extension, folks. But then,
so they can't hit on the number. Then is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
There is a distinct chasm here on the number. Whether it be the NIL number or his number, some numbers not being it because. A contract extension shouldn't be in September, and it's coming up April here, and you haven't cut out a deal yet. Yeah. But then Tommy Lloyd, going Motley Crue here, goes to his press conference after the game the other day. Put your headphones on here. And he says this, Coop, the last line, I did a little bit longer here. The last line is the conversation. Tommy Lloyd afterwards. We played it yesterday. This is for Coop and to refresh you guys. Here we go. Tommy Lloyd.
You know, I love those guys, and they've given me a better life because they helped build this program to what it is now, and the legacy is so strong, and those guys have been so cool and so welcoming to me. You know, the sun may be shining on this team and me coaching it right now, But when it's shining on you, you got to fight like hell to protect it and build it. And so that's what I feel like my number one responsibility is to fight to protect the program and fight to build it for those who came before me and for those that are going to follow after me. Because you know what? Arizona's going to have another good coach after me. I promise you. I mean, the place is special.
Yeah, but it's that mean.
He's setting it up for now.
Well, hold
See,
the phone.
Steve is conspiracy theorist.
Hold the phone.
Oh.
Now yeah. Look. You can look at that two ways.
Yeah.
He could be talking about when his time
In
is
10
over.
years.
But why are you having? Okay, but
or
look,
he could be talking
okay.
about
Yes, the next week.
But here's my problem with. Okay, you're right. You may be looking at 10 years, 20 years from now. You know that you're talking about. Here's my issue with it. The head coach of Michigan is also a guy that's being listed at UNC,
Dusty
and
May.
Kansas and all that stuff.
Dusty May. Yeah.
I can tell you this: I watched his press conference. He ain't lamenting about the next great coach in Michigan if he leaves. It's a weird thing to say. Now the question was the history of the team and what your style is. It's just that last line. I believe. Well, here's the other side. He's a West Coast guy.
Yeah,
And a West Coast. That's the problem.
That could change the tune.
Whether you like this to know this or not, I think U of A fans are smart enough to know their team doesn't have the money to get in the mud with UNC, but either on NIL money or paying a coach money. And same thing with Kansas if it becomes available type of a situation. They cannot compete with that. But if I'm a West Coast guy and they're going to throw that kind of money at me and get that type of a reception and everything.
Is there a buyout? Is there a buyout in?
It was $9 million.
Oh, Lloyd?
Yeah, but North Carolina, Kansas will write that check without even blinking. They'll be like,
Tell me
we're
this.
throwing an extra couple $100,000
The
for
U
you.
of A big money guy. I always hear one name.
Humberto.
Yeah. Like, is this a situation where he can step in and say, I'll throw in an extra 10 mil?
You know what? They're going to have to.
He's still not going to compete.
Let me tell you something. Man, I don't know. I hadn't heard that sound bite. That's really an interesting bite. I mean,
it was right after the game.
It can go one or two ways. But let me put it to you like this: if I didn't know they had been negotiating since September.
Well, that's what the AD said. No confirmation of it.
It just if the AD says that, I mean that's coming from her own mouth.
But she also might be covering her butt because Tommy Lloyd's about to leave because she won't capitulate to him, and so she's like, he won't sign here, folks. I tried.
Man, I tell you what, like I said, before we started to dive deep into this Arizona conversation, I said if I was an Arizona fan, I'd be concerned. Hey man, it's red flag concern now. I mean, I didn't hear that, and I didn't even know that Desiree had been negotiating since September, or said she is.
Right.
But here's the other side. I do believe that comment that he made there at the end with that little smile he made, I believe he's negotiating with Arizona with that comment. I do think he wants to stay at Arizona, but you don't know. Here's the thing you don't know, and I said this yesterday. I want to be clear on this. You don't know how much he doesn't like his boss.
No, but I'll tell you what.
And how much power does he have?
He will understand this. There will be less pressure on him in Tucson
absolutely.
than there would be in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I'll say this too, is that that community lives and dies by Arizona Wildcat basketball.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I can guarantee you, if money is an issue, there's going to be some boosters who will step up and say, "Look, Desiree,
you're not stepping up to UNC levels."
Well, I'm going to tell you this: they're going to say, "Desiree, we understand your dilemma here, and here's a check right now to help compensate for that."
Yeah, I firmly believe that comment he's negotiating with. He's telling Arizona, "You guys need to step up," and he might be saying you need to step up in NIL money, not necessarily his money. Well, type of a situation.
Well, I think it should be both.
It has to be both if you're going to keep competing. But this is such a huge issue. Here's the other side of it. You don't know how much you walk onto UNC's campus, you have a lot of power. You walk into Kansas's thing, you have a lot of power. Now boosters have a lot of power also, so you got to keep them on your good side.
I think Arizona has that in Tucson with the basketball program as well. But they don't have it with any other sport.
Yeah, but we're going to find out because his relationship with the athletic director. If he likes her, doesn't like her, doesn't want to work with her, thinks she just gets out of my way. We're about to find out. There's a power struggle. You don't negotiate from September till April 1st unless there's a power struggle going on.
Well, here's the deal. I would hate to think that Desiree thinks that she could wield more power than the basketball
She's
coach.
She's doing her job, and he might be viewing it as you're doing your job for the university, but this is my life. This is my program.
Right.
This is what I want.
Now, she needs to be able to acquiesce and understand this.
Yes.
That what Arizona Wildcat basketball, the men's basketball program, means to Tucson and that community.
It's their best sport.
It just is. That's it. And so if she doesn't understand that, then she needs to be fired.
But
she needs to be fired.
There could be that, and he might just be going, "This isn't going to work out with her." She's not doing all that.
She may be trying her best to.
Yeah, I'm not attacking her at all. I'm just saying
make the budget work, but squeeze some boosters as well. I get that, but dang man, if she's tone deaf, she's got to go.
Coop, here's the thing that you said. You didn't even know you said it. It was probably the smartest thing you said in your conversation.
Oh my goodness, what's that?
Was the fact that what was she brought in for?
Yeah.
To cut costs.
Yeah.
There were $88 million over budget.
200
whatever.
million or whatever it was.
That's what she was brought in for, and now you're going to ask her to double a guy's pay?
Well, Dale, I understand that's her what she would understand, but also at the same time, Dale, she has to understand if she allows this man to go, there'll be a mutiny.
Yeah,
not only at the university, but in that community. Yeah. So she has to understand that, and so
she will be out of the job.
Even the new president there would have to say, "Look, Desiree, we're going to have to maybe borrow from Peter to pay Paul."
This
here a little
decision
bit.
is going to affect other people's jobs at the university.
It may be that she says they say that, hey, look, we're going to have to cut from every athletic department, including every sport, including football, to make this thing work for Lloyd because
that's her
it
job.
has to.
That's her job to get there.
Okay, so having said all, if you think that's going to go that deep, do you think Lloyd's okay with that? Or if Lloyd could go, you know what? I'm just going to go to North Carolina where they're just going to write me a check.
Yeah, well,
that's my point.
That's what I don't know. I
mean, it's like Dan Hurley.
But she has to do everything she can.
Dan Hurley at UConn, famously last year when he was out here playing in the NCAA tournament, and he was talking about his brother. Mm-hmm. And he famously said, I don't have to worry about NIL at UConn. It's just done.
Right.
I don't have to worry about stuff at UConn that he has to worry about because we have an arena. NIL just shows. I go to work and they're just like, here's your money to deal with, and it's enough. Yeah. And you don't have that at Arizona that you will have at those schools. Yeah. And it's just, I understand the stress. I understand all the other side of it there, but it's a different lifestyle, and life can be harder. But the things you struggle at the most, look, in Arizona, kids are probably knocking down the door to go to Arizona. So that'll be the same, but even more so in North Carolina.
Yeah. And look, I saw that Arizona, before all this blew up, I don't even know the kid's name, but they got some 5-star kid that was wanted by every big school, including North Carolina and Duke and stuff, and he chose Arizona. I guarantee if Tommy Lloyd leaves, that kid's leaving too.
Yeah. Like I said, I know because Braxton lives down in Tucson. He was giving me a crap yesterday, and I said, I believe he's staying. I believe he's negotiating with Arizona. What I'm fascinated by is what are the other ramifications. Are you looking for a new athletic director after this deal? Are you looking for a new president again after this deal and stuff to that effect? Because Arizona State's not affected by this stuff. Dr. Crow is so integrated into Arizona State. Obviously, we saw that with the cheating scandal that we just went through, and the Anderson situation, and all. Didn't even faze him. They had a deficit, and the president got removed. A new athletic director had to come in, from that type of stuff. It seems to be like they're affected by this stuff more than like an Arizona State is.
Yeah, well,
and it comes down to just the entrenchedness of with the board of directors.
I tell you what, we only have till I believe after the championship game Monday, a week from yesterday, less than a week now. we'll know his answer because April 7th is just a few days away from that point.
The transfer portal opens up the day after the championship game.
Okay.
How
So-
stupid is that?
Well,
But everybody knows they're leaving except for even the ones in the game.
So,
yeah.
whatever happens, and so I can see whatever happens, and it could happen as early as Friday, because if Arizona loses, I mean now, you don't have to wait till Monday.
Here's the other side of it that U of A fans aren't thinking. Like I said, I think he's staying. I'm just throwing out other scenarios. This team, whether he wins a championship or he loses to Michigan coming up on Saturday night, he's going to start over again next year because you're losing some of your studs, young freshman studs on top of it. Cole Beat could come back, but you're losing other people. You're
Yeah.
losing Bradley. You're having to recruit all over again from that perspective with that side of it.
But that's the nature of college. Athletics
But it's
anyway.
easier
And-
when you have the money just sitting there.
Sure, it is. And so, I think he'll be okay. Because he's always. I mean, that's just it. I think right now for Arizona fans, and see, this is never me. I never understood why people almost like they take a big sigh of relief and they can exhale. All right, we made it to the Final Four.
Yeah.
Heck, I want to win the whole thing. This thing ain't over. I'm trying. So I've heard a lot of chatter from Arizona Wildcat fans. Oh, first time in 25 years.
Yep.
Oh man, we did it. We did it. I mean, yeah, it's almost like they're ready to party and stuff. I'm like, dude, are you? I'm gonna say you high, but
They
look, no,
They got their goal of the Final Four. They needed to do that.
That's
That
not
was the minimum.
that's not a goal for me.
No, I'm saying, but that was the
I
minimum
know.
they needed to do with this team.
Well,
But the championship is
but it seems like they're content.
But Coop, here's what I'm going to say. You can't disregard what they've done.
I'm not.
Now,
I'm
you
not.
can say, I'm not satisfied.
I'm certainly not satisfied.
But you can also admit that if you're an Arizona fan, you've seen them go out in the first round. You've seen them go out in the second round.
I get all that.
You've seen all that. And now you can
But
take a collective
Dale,
breath for a week.
Dale, did you see the partying that was going on down in there? I mean, it's like, dude, I'm not celebrating.
Yeah, but it was almost like a relief for Arizona fans because if they didn't make the Final Four, you have everybody in the world going, this team was a Final Four
And
team
they do
and they
count,
failed.
and for whatever reason, they do
got
count those. How many Final Fours you been to?
And they got there.
They do, and
It was
that's never enough for me.
Coop, I am with you.
It's not for them either. My most ardent Arizona fans I know want that championship.
Okay.
But they made it to where now if they fail against Michigan, nobody's going to go, this team failed now if they lose to Michigan.
Well, you know what I saw the scene in Tucson, what it and
I
all
agree with that. That was a little
and all the people that are putting this thing on their phone. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of baseball when someone clinches the division, then they clinch a wild card. Then they clinch it. Dude, do that when you win a freaking World Series. I mean, that
You
dumb.
mean having
the
a
champagne
parade
party
but
the locker
having a
room.
parade when you finish second to the Bulls.
Well,
in the
let me
NBA
tell you
Finals?
something. Look, I had to cover that, and I can't say that I agree with it. It's the first time I've ever seen it done.
Yeah.
But I knew what my job was. I had to cover Charles
Yeah,
Barkley's.
we'll have to.
convertible.
You told us that story off air. We'll have to make time for that story coming up because that's an amazing story as well. Let's take a break here really fast because I want to talk baseball. Obviously, Diamondbacks, Suns. We'll touch on if you don't mind, Coop, because I'm just ready for the playoffs in the NBA.
Okay, but before we go, then I do got to ask Coop this because he threw it in my face.
Okay.
How many championships did you win at SMU? How many? Like it came out with barbed wire and nails and screws. How many championships have you ever won, Coop?
Bill, I've never won one. I'm a freaking loser.
All right,
I hate to say it, but I'm a freaking loser. I've never freaking won.
But you have an Emmy? You have Emmys?
I do, but I mean, I don't.
He's got Emmys. How many Emmys do you have? Dale?
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm in 3 different Hall of Fames. And that means 0 to me.
That's 2 more than me. I like that.
No, that's 0 to me because see, I got my whole life was built around sports. I wanted to be a champion. I wanted to be a pro player. I mean, I wanted to live Dale's life, and I didn't get to do that.
You didn't win a Little League championship?
No.
What?
No.
So you're a loser.
I am.
Oh, I even have a couple of those.
I I don't. We never.
All right. Well, let's go back to for me here. Nothing.
That's nothing to celebrate, Dale. I'm upset about this.
I have a fake Emmy.
SMU sucks. That's what he told me. Yeah, when
I didn't say the SMU sucked. I'm just trying to put you in your ground you. You know, you did not win a title, a championship, and you want to gloat about 41-5-1.
Come on back, folks. The main event. And we're back here with this guy, the legend Bruce Cooper, as well. And a quick question on the Suns. I'm just waiting for the playoffs to start. Get Brooks back, who reportedly he's going to be back
Tonight
against the Magic. And then back-to-back game. And then get Williams back in the beginning of next week. It's reportedly what's going to happen. And then just get ready for the playoffs. That's all I want to see. I'm waiting for the playoffs to come. Your thoughts?
Well, here's the deal. Jordan Otts had to, juggle a bunch of different lineups. I mean, he's missed the last 18 games. I'm talking about Brooks. And Williams has missed the last 14 or 15 games.
Right.
So that's a lot of, let's say, a lack of continuity, a lack of chemistry that has been lost. I should say lost chemistry, lost continuity, and not say a lack of, but a lost. And so is 8 games enough to reclaim or resurrect that?
It's better. It's better than 6. It's better than 4. It's better than 2.
Well, let me put it to you like this. When you have guys like Kaman Malawak, Rasheer Fleming, who weren't a part of your rotation before, but have really brought some rim protection, some defense, and stuff like that. How do you incorporate those two in the lineup still when you're bringing back Brooks and you're bringing back Mark Williams? That's all I'm saying. And so I don't know how that works, but there's going to be some lost minutes somewhere along the line. And when you lose minutes, because even Ryan Dunn plays better when he's getting consistent minutes.
Right.
When he's not getting consistent minutes and then you try to put him in, it's like, dude, please go back to the bench. And so I don't know how all this works. I do know this, that when you get to the playoffs, the game changes. It becomes more half court. It becomes more physical. It becomes more defense oriented. And so now I got some young kids in Malawak, Fleming, and Dunn who offer me great defense and physicality and rim protection than the guys that are coming back. Because I would imagine that Haywood, just because of Haywood Highsmith, just because of his playoff experience, extensive playoff experience with the Miami Heat, that he will factor in. So, again, I can see that Brooks, Malawak, and Highsmith will send guys like Fleming, Malawak, and Dunn to the bench despite their athleticism, despite their length, and despite their rim protection. So it's like, I don't know how Jordan Ott makes all this work.
So here's my take on it.
Okay.
Number one, I understand when you get into a playoff series, that takes place. Mm-hmm. But they got to get into the playoff series. You got a one game, in my mind, winner take all. Because in my mind, I'm thinking if the Suns don't win that first play-in game, they lose and they have to play another one.
Yeah,
they very well might be out.
Well, they got to play the 9-team winner. But here's my note. So Dale, we already know this. Your first round opponent will either be the Spurs or the Thunder.
Yes.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. One of those two. I think the Suns match up better with the Spurs based on what they've done in the regular season. So let's say we got to win. So you win that first play-in game, you get to 7 seed. So now you're playing an athletic, lengthy team in the Spurs over 7 games. I'm telling you, Malawak, I saw him give the Joker some fits with his length and stuff. I'd like to see him play more against Wemby than I would Oso.
And that's fine.
But that's not what Ott does.
But
Ott's going to play Also,
You got 6 games to kind of work through a little uncomfortableness and whatever happens, and then you got 1 game where I don't care if you play your starting 5 for 42 minutes. You got to win that.
I think it'll be the Clippers that they're playing, and so the Clippers minus Zubac. I like that. I like that.
As
See,
long
Zubac,
as is he definitely out?
Zubac was traded for Matherin. So Matherin. So they
They
lost.
have another tall guy, but
They
not the
got
same.
some guy named Brooks Lopez who's only 90, but he's more of a 3-point shooter. Zubac used to kill us in the paint, and so now. I got 3 different defensive players I could throw at Kawhi Leonard. Now, and we all know Kawhi when he's healthy, he's a stud. But I think I can wear him down over a 7-game series, and I don't have to worry about the physicality that came with Zubac. So that's just me.
Here's the thing. Tell me this doesn't scare you. Whether you talk about going against a Kawhi,
okay,
or you talk about going against a Steph.
One
Series?
game.
One thing.
Yeah, 1 game. I hear you.
One game.
I hear you.
One game.
I hear you.
That's what scares me in this play-in.
Well, let me put it to you like this, Dale. If you take the experts, and there are a lot of them, and Vegas, I consider them they're incredible how they put their points
no
together and
emotion.
stuff. They had the Suns at 30 and a half wins.
Yeah.
Suns are at 42. They're already a plus, call it 11 and a half. Let's call it a 12 game because you don't play a half game. Let's say they're plus 12 games over what they were prognosticated to have.
Right.
So they're playing with house money. They're playing, and that's the way I look at it. Dillon Brooks is a better fit for this Suns team than Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal ever were.
Yes.
So the Suns, no matter what happens in that 1-game playoff, they've already exceeded expectations for this year. So all you're doing is you're raising the stakes for next year. But if I'm in it, I'm planning to win it. And so I don't expect the Suns to lose that game. I expect Dillon Brooks. I expect Devin Booker. And the guy I worry about the most really is Jalen Green. Green. That's the reason why the
He'll have a
Rockets
great first half. He just struggles in the second half.
Well, the reason why the Rockets got rid of him in the trade was because he flopped so badly in the playoffs, and so the Rockets are bringing in a proven scorer in Durant, so they think they're better. But I think that a playoff series like that for Jalen Green is just going to motivate him.
Yeah.
And so I expect him to be better. I expect the Suns to be better. I expect the Suns to be that 7th seed and to play the Spurs.
Yes.
We'll see what happens.
And that'd be fantastic.
See what happens.
Okay, but I thought you were going down a path there where you go, hey, they've exceeded expectations.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
and they're in the play, and so whatever happens, hey, if they lose, at least they've raised their expectations.
I was about
thought
to
you
rip
were
him.
going down there,
No.
and yet you're yelling at U of A fans who made the Final Four.
No.
I thought he was going to
If you're in it, you're in it to win it. And so I don't expect anything less. And so look, I know you guys don't know anything about this, especially Steve, but there was a team in 1976. They were a Phoenix Suns team.
That was -1.
They won 42 games and lost 40.
Yeah.
That was their record that they got into the playoffs with, Yeah. And that little team just kept winning. They couldn't, darn near did. I think it was Joe Gilmartin, a longtime sports writer, wrote that book. They just kept winning and kept winning. And they even knocked off Rick Barry and the defending champion Warriors to get to the NBA
And by the way, one of the most unsung best players in NBA history. People don't give Rick Barry the respect for how good he was.
Yeah.
Now, whether it was a granny free throw shot, that, by the way, he shot 91% for the free throw line. I suggest many more guys shoot like that.
Yeah. Barry's one of those guys that when you came down to the end, you just hate to see the ball in his hands.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. But the Suns went all the way to the finals, and I still remember Game 5. I'm watching that game in my family room, and
in the heart of Mesa there.
Yeah, and so I mean each I just remember when Garfield Hurd hit that shot.
Oh.
Dude, I shot out of my house. I went down the neighborhood. I'm screaming. I'm letting everyone know that Garfield Hurd hit that shot. We're going to a third overtime.
He was my favorite player.
And then I realized, I said, shoot, I got to get back in and watch it, you know. But yeah, but see, that I believe in miracles. I believe that things can happen. So this Suns team, all they need is a chip in a chair.
Okay, so I got one story from that too.
Okay.
I'm watching with my dad, my mom, my little brother was there, and whatever. We're watching it, and we were Suns season ticket holders.
Oh, were you
back
really?
then.
Wow.
Garfield Hurd was my guy. I wore
Wow.
24 when I was playing. I was not a Swaro yet. But my dad, when that shot went in, now again, it was their 3-point line, and the Suns move on. The Suns win that thing. But ties the game. My dad jumped from the couch, hand in the air, through the ceiling.
Dude, stop
punched a hole in the
Dude,
wall.
stop it, really?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But that was the emotion that happened around the valley.
Dude, I'm telling you, I shot out my door. I ran down the neighborhood. I'm just letting everyone know he hit it. Gar Hurd. It was going nuts. But yeah, so Steve, even though you don't know anything about that, let me tell you something. Stuff like that is possible. So that's why I give the Phoenix Suns a chance. I mean, I'm not throwing in the towel.
No, and I think with Brooks, they get that toughness that you need in the playoffs.
Sure.
That'll give them a chance. Without him, I don't think they have that much of a chance because they lose that playoff toughness. And we saw that the last several years. They just the toughness on this team was missing, and they get it back with them. Really quick, before we go here, I got 2 things on baseball. Well, finish your thought there if you want.
Well, I was just going to say that as it relates to the Phoenix Suns and the playoffs, the thing that concerns me more about them is their ability to finish or to close, because
that's what I consider toughness.
Well, okay. Well,
it's a toughness that you
let me
need to do
tell you
that.
something. One of the things that's plagued them with Brooks gone is their ability to make those big either defensive stops or make those big makes to win a game. And so that's what concerns me now. So we'll see how that plays out.
And that's what I think he brings.
Okay.
Everybody's going to step up to where they're going to be more vigilant, more tight out there, and I don't mean toughness as in they're soft and they're not playing hard. It's more of just that mental. We're going to stop them from doing this.
They need
going forward. You need that in the playoff. We've seen that years. That's why the Suns couldn't get past the Spurs. The Spurs had that.
Yeah.
The Suns did not, and things.
The Spurs had the refs. They had the commissioner. They had everything.
They had Robert Horry in the hip check.
And the mentally soft Suns couldn't play that game, and they reacted emotionally, ran off the sideline.
Reacted emotionally,
and they got banned and lost the series.
We got. Are you kidding? We got hosed.
I'm not saying you didn't get hosed.
We got I'm at the game in San Antonio.
Yes.
Suns have the Spurs beat.
Yes.
And if they're going to win the game, because series is going to be tied at 2-2 with like 15 seconds left in going the game. Steve Nash is dribbling the ball to the sideline. Robert Horry intentionally hip
dirtiest play ever.
Yes.
And so what happened was.
But what did it do? It took the Suns out of the game.
No,
It
it didn't take Suns out of the game. Suns won that game, but what the commissioner did was he suspended Amari Stoudemire and Robert and Boris Diaw the next game for a critical game.
And
5.
He didn't suspend anybody on the Spurs because they didn't leave the bench.
And let me tell you something.
They had that mental toughness.
Let me tell you something. Tim Duncan and Tony Parker both got up off the bench as well. And so it's BS. I'm still upset with the late Commissioner David Stern.
Exactly. Speaking of dead guys we're mad at today. Dale started the show with that earlier. 2 things on baseball. One, the ABS. I've been celebrating it. I think this is the greatest thing for baseball since the pitch clock, or along with the pitch clock, because they're getting calls right. But then yesterday, something hit me. Like yesterday, the Yankees went 5 for 5 in reversals.
Okay.
The Reds the other day.
I thought you only got 2 challenges.
No, you get to keep them if you keep winning.
Oh, really?
So then the Reds the other day, 6 of 8 against CB Buckner the other day. Umpires shouldn't be this bad at their game that you're having to overcome this as much. Are they going to get better, or is this going to be a thing where we're going to get tired of watching the ABS because we're going to really learn how bad umpires have been over the last several years?
Well, look, I don't think you can go to electronics every pitch because as I'm watching a NC2A Elite 8 game, there's a horn that wouldn't shut off. And when you go, so electronics go wrong. You know,
Right.
something you're gonna have to.
There was
so
a
you-
pitch yesterday that the ABS said it was a ball and a strike at the same time.
There you go.
Well, and again, I think there has to be some form of measurement or whatever. 'Cause
Yeah.
Some of these pitches that are called in the top half of the balls and the lower half of the strike zone.
I'm not blaming
and,
an umpire for that.
You know, it's like, oh, you missed that? No, you suck? No. It's coming in 102.
So this is not like the NBA. You only get 2 challenges,
Nope,
and that's it.
You keep them
regardless
until
if you win it.
lose 2. Yep.
Wow.
But that's my point, though. It's like when you get to 8 challenges, 5 challenges of overruling, it's like, all right, dude, you're missing the strike zone here. The ones and a lot of them they're like clipping the edge. And you're like, no umpire's going to get that right. Those ones I'll forgive them on. But the ones that are straight down the middle or they'll have the whole ball crosses the plate, on the outside and they miss it. But it's just something that hit me yesterday that, umpires shouldn't have to be challenged this much. And they shouldn't be getting overruled 5 times in a game, in my opinion. So it's just something to keep an eye on. I want to make it your opinion. But Diamondbacks got the win last night. First
Here
of
we
all,
go.
Old man Verlander, no
Here we
velocity
go.
Well,
whatsoever.
let me tell you something. There's 2 pitchers on the Diamondbacks starting rotation that I was very concerned about coming in: Eduardo Rodriguez and Michael Soroka. Yeah. Those 2 just pitched lights out. I mean, I feel bad for Eduardo Rodriguez. I mean, he shut the Dodgers down, but the Diamondbacks bullpen blew it, and the bullpen almost blew it last night. Yeah. But I tell you what,
Dale doesn't care though about that.
Yeah, Soroka with 10 strikeouts, including an immaculate inning. I mean, he was fantastic. Yeah. He really was fantastic.
And he went 5 innings on top of it. He didn't go out of this game in 3 innings.
No, he was fantastic.
4 2/3. He made it to the 5th inning in his first start on top of that. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, because his pitch count, he was like over 90 pitches. And so, I get why you pulled him out. And so, but he –
first time.
I mean, look, especially first time out. I mean, he was fantastic. I mean, Detroit is a nice hitting team. Yes. They're a good team. And so to see the bullpen, I mean, every game so far, the Diamondbacks have had a lead. They've blown a lead in 3 of their first 4 games. I thought they were going to blow this 8-0 lead last night. I mean,
they got such a big lead; it's hard for them to blow.
Well, look, they came pretty close, and then
Tigers scored 6 in the 7th.
And the one reliever I had zero faith in is the guy who's been unblemished so far in the inning in the 3rd, Paul Sewald.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
I told you, Sewald.
Yeah, but Clark has a 27 ERA as a bullpen guy, right? Ross,
but he settled things down in the 8th inning
he was
last
good
night.
last night. But then 32.40 for Ross in this game as well. Ginkel's got a 4.5er. And then Murillo has a 9er right now on top of it. Here's my question I brought to Dale earlier, because I said before the season, when Merrill Kelly comes back, which starting pitcher is going to lose their starting job?
Dude.
And you said Soroka. The worst pitcher so far. Now, it's one time through the lineup, I get it, but Merrill Kelly's coming back shortly, folks. The worst pitcher so far in start has been Zach Gallen.
Yeah. Well, he's not.
He's
not sitting.
I know,
yeah, but I tell you what, Torrey. If this is the case, it's either Brandon Pfaadt or a 6-man rotation.
Yeah, we haven't seen Pfaadt yet tonight, but yeah.
It's either Brandon Pfaadt or a 6-man rotation.
Because, I mean, just I get it. Like, okay, Soroka, it might have already been predetermined, but the way he pitched last night,
he was
good luck telling anybody that he's the guy that's going to lose his spot for Merrill Kelly to come back.
10 strikeouts into what he did last night, no.
Best pitcher that started. It's just, that's the decisions that's why Torrey gets paid the big bucks. Let's just put it that way. You concerned about the bats at all on the Diamondbacks? I know last night, 9 runs. Corbin hit a home run. Vargas got his home run. Now, was it just a byproduct of the Dodgers that they didn't hit very well, and last night they did? Or Verlander was throwing batting
look.
balls.
What were the scores? 5-4 and 3-2. Because they gave up 8. They lost 8-2 to the Dodgers in the first game.
Right,
so 5-4 and 3-2.
Yeah, Perdomo only hit the home run in that game.
Yeah. And so here's the deal. They have a lead in the 5-4 and the 3-2 games late.
Yeah. That's what worries me. Yeah.
You guys stop. It's game 4. And that nice game last night, a lot of runs. And then not only did Corbin Carroll have a home run, he had a triple.
Triple to lead off.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, come on, relax.
Hey, Dale.
I think there's room for concern, Dale.
No, game 4.
Dale, let me tell you something. Dale, you don't want to go. Let's see. So you're at home for what, 7 games now. You don't want to go 1-6 on this homestand after going 1-3 on the road. All of a sudden, now you're fighting uphill.
You can only go 1-0. You've only played 1 game. Now in 6 games, if in 6 games you're telling me there's still only 1-1.
Dale, I'm telling you.
Then we can talk.
Dale, after dropping 3 in a row on the road,
to who?
It was to the Dodgers, but it's irregardless because
No.
You played 2 games. You played 2 games on Friday and Saturday.
No.
Games that you should have won that you didn't win because your bullpen let you down.
Yeah,
so now you come home, you're up 8-0, and all of a sudden you see it's 8-6, and they have the bases loaded. And now you're making another pitching change, Dale, and you're bringing in Juan Murillo, who has 3 balls and 1 strike on the hitter, and fortunately he grounded out to second base. Dale, there was room for concern. If the Diamondbacks had lost that game, I'm telling you, Dale, it would have been a crusher, not only from a fan standpoint, but I'm telling you that team would have started to crumble because anytime Torrey goes to the bullpen from now on, you have no comment. The fact that they held on, that was huge.
Here's the other side.
It's early, but that was huge.
Here's the other side. It's early, and they used 6 pitchers last night in relief last night.
That was huge.
You're going to burn. They all needed a little work anyway for crying out loud.
If you have to keep doing that.
That was a huge. That was an early, huge must-win.
You got 2 teams that are going to be in the playoffs this year.
They don't have
that you're opening the season
They don't have
with.
a day off till after April 13th.
It was an early must-win.
It
was a must-win.
D-back.
He's crazy, right? He's
I
crazy.
agree with you. Let's go deep. That was a must-win. That's a must-win.
Okay, they won.
Well,
so we're good.
Here's the best part of the game. Sold-out crowd last night, 48,000.
Oh, don't.
And only half of them could see the whole game.
Stop.
Dale, just listen to this. People get all over Bill Bidwell for moving people out of their seats to put premium seating. Michael Bidwell, excuse me, not Bill. Yeah, I apologize, Daddy Bidwell. You were a saint compared to your son. But people complain that he's moving season ticket holders out of their spots and, for upgraded thing. The Diamondbacks put ribbon boards out there, touted them like crazy. People, season ticket holders for hundreds of years show up, sit down at their seats, and they can't even see home plate anymore because they put ribbon boards up out there. One lady in the second level says that's so bright it hurts her eyes and she can't see in the field anymore. They're obstructing the view.
She's 92.
Of season ticket
she can't
holders
see
there.
home plate anyway.
People give Michael Bidwell so much crap for what he's doing, and they're like, Diamondbacks just messed up. They factored in ribbon boards and brightness to just make you feel better you're there, and they blocked off their most ardent supporters, and now they have to move season ticket holders.
I see a huge, colossal difference. Michael Bidwell did what he did to make more money.
Okay, so what did the
money
Diamondbacks
that he
do?
doesn't have to share, money that he can keep because it's the sweet holders type of money.
Yes. Yeah.
What the Diamondbacks did,
yeah.
I think even they were caught off by surprise. They did not.
Who doesn't go? How is this going to affect the viewpoint with these big view? Somebody should go sit down and see what they look like.
I don't think that.
What's worse? What's worse? They didn't check it, or they did check it and didn't say anything to their season ticket holders.
I truly believe that. Look, let me tell you something.
If you're at level 300 and you're sitting in seat 1 and you love those seats, you've had them for 20 years. And now you're staring at the back of a green LED board.
I guarantee you that the Diamondbacks hear their fans.
Yeah, they
and,
moved
and
them up.
I
They
don't-
moved
I
them
don't-
up to row 10 probably.
No, I don't know that they can. I don't know what you can do.
They're moving their
in this year.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you they will address that because.
Well, great. So just don't see home plate. Even the press box.
Well, let me-
which is the press. I get it. The press can't even see home plate. I don't know. I do.
The
I do.
press
this.
can't see the home
No,
plate? How's that?
It's
How you
blocked
figure that?
because there's another ribbon board there, and it goes high enough that when you sit in that front row of the press box,
Well, don't
you can't
sit in
see
the
over
front
it.
row. Who cares
You
about
can't
the
see over
press?
it. Last time I
Care
checked,
about
they
the
had to
press.
they had to move the official scorer of baseball game yesterday. They had to move the official scorer because he couldn't see over the river board.
Well, then here's the deal. This tells you that
Dereliction of
this
duty.
this tells you that the Diamondbacks were unaware that they were obstructing
That's terrible.
views of seeing.
But
And
they will adjust,
But
unlike
they,
the
they
Cardinals.
will. They absolutely. They
That's
will.
the fan.
And so here's the deal. I don't know. You probably don't remember this either. But at America West Arena, the Coyotes used to play in that arena, and there was.
I remember that. I'm not that young.
There was one goal. I think
You
maybe
couldn't
at the
see
north.
anything,
Yeah,
yeah.
you could, if you're setting up high, you
It's the same
couldn't
thing
see
that's
that.
happening in Utah
Okay,
right now,
and
yeah.
so with that they realized, look, we can't do anything structurally here. You have to
Right.
get a new stadium. These will always be obstructed. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
It's concrete, and so. They had a new arena. Unfortunately, they had owners that didn't believe in paying bills, and so you lost.
Oh,
the
so
team.
is this a new thing? I'm going to hear the Diamondbacks go, our ribbon boards are blocking views. We need a new stadium now. And here we go with
No,
this
that's not
conversation.
going to be the case. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to go back and get some structural engineers and figure out how they can still keep these LED boards around and keep you up to date with scores and things around.
They have been
And-
hyping
and-
these
and-
ribbons and this video board as the big thing.
It was.
Forget the AC unit. Forget
it-
all the other stuff.
I
We
get-
got you as fans.
and they-
new ribbon boards
and-
that you can't see the game
and
anymore.
Steve, they were proud of it. But let's put it like this: 90% of the fans do enjoy it, but there's that 10% that they didn't factor in.
and they happen to be season ticket holders.
Right? Sure.
They're literally peeing on their season ticket holders, too.
And Steve, let me tell you something. The Diamondbacks will address the issue.
Yeah.
Derek
I know,
Hall.
but,
Look,
but
Derek.
I know, but hold on, but I know for a fact you get. I have had my season tickets for Cardinal. I have opportunities to move for cheaper, for more. Nope, I like my seats. You get territorial there. You get used to the view there.
I get
First
it.
row, third row. Those guys don't want to move. The guys in the end zone in the Cardinal Stadium had to move one section over and a little bit higher. It's actually a better view. But they loved their seats and they got used to them. All because of some stupid video board is ridiculous.
Well, let me tell you, Derek Hall.
Dale's board.
Derek.
No, I'm so done with this.
No, Derek Hall and Ken Kendrick, they will sit down with some structural engineers
Right,
and
in the offseason.
in the
And
offseason.
it's just terrible that
It is.
you didn't figure this out beforehand in your season ticket.
But here's the deal:
holders
you said
showed
in
up
the 300 level seats.
That's not just that 200 levels. They had to move the official scorer,
Steve.
the guy that's responsible for putting stats in.
Who's ever worried about the 300 level people? I mean, they're paying $5 for a
I'm
ticket.
a man of the people.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal, Dale. It's going to become an issue come playoffs because those
the
seats will be.
problem.
No doubt. But I'm with you,
But
Coop.
here's the problem.
Let's give them
200
a week to 2 weeks. to
200
3 weeks.
level, which is expensive tickets, is blocked in areas.
Okay, good
That's
enough.
issue number 2.
You're way over time.
Diamondbacks, pull your head out of your butts.
Oh, come on.
Coop will be back next week, maybe after that. Dale's out of here.
Yeah,
Dale's
I'm
gone.
done.
We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great day.